Welcome to Domain 2, Section 2.5, AI Risk Response Strategies. In this session, we will work through the 4 classic ways to respond to risk, accept, avoid, mitigate, and transfer, and see how each one plays out in the world of AI. Why does this matter beyond the exam? Once you have identified and classified a risk, you have to decide what to do about it. Knowing these 4 responses, and when each fits, lets you make deliberate, defensible choices about AI risk instead of either ignoring danger or refusing every opportunity out of fear. Let's first frame the choice. Appropriate risk is the risk worth taking to achieve your objectives, while inappropriate risk does not fit your goals, brings no clear benefit, exceeds your tolerance, and threatens your brand, trust, or legal standing. Your response depends on the acceptable limits you have already set, and there are 4 standard options. Accept, when the risk falls within limits and just needs watching. Avoid, when the cost of controls outweighs the value. Mitigate, when controls can bring the risk within limits. And transfer or share, when part of the impact is moved to a third party for a cost. Let's take acceptance first. You accept a risk when the cost or complexity of fixing it outweighs the benefit, especially when the likelihood and impact are low. Acceptance is not the same as ignoring, though. You still put monitoring in place to track whether the risk stays within appetite, and you schedule regular reviews to confirm it has not drifted out of bounds. For instance, a team running an automated fraud screening tool might knowingly accept a small, well-understood rate of false alarms because chasing it to 0 would cost more than it is worth. Next is avoidance. The informed decision not to pursue a course of action because the risk simply cannot be brought within acceptable limits. Picture an organization weighing an automated tool to rank job applicants. If it sees a real danger of discriminatory, unlawful screening, and the fines and reputational damage that would follow, it may decide not to deploy the tool at all. Avoidance removes the risk entirely, but it is never chosen lightly because it usually means giving up an opportunity too. Third is mitigation, the informed decision to lower either the probability of a risk or its impact. Imagine an automated lending tool that makes skewed decisions because its training data was unbalanced. The organization can mitigate this in several ways. It can refine the training data for fairer representation. It can adjust the model's parameters or add fairness controls. And it can add safety features, like requiring human review of critical decisions and triggering alerts when the system behaves unexpectedly. The common thread is taking proactive action to reduce the chance of harm or to soften the blow if it happens anyway. Fourth is transfer, or sharing, used when the impact exceeds your appetite but real value remains, and the probability is low, yet not low enough to simply accept. Here you move part of the risk to someone else, usually through a financial arrangement. There are 3 common forms. Insurance, a policy that pays out if a defined event occurs. Outsourcing, handing the risk to a specialist better equipped to manage it. And contractual agreements, with clauses that assign or share the risk. Imagine a company building self-driving technology that can never fully eliminate the chance of an accident. Rather than shoulder all the liability itself, it transfers much of that risk to insurers. One last insight ties these together. These responses are not mutually exclusive in practice. An organization might mitigate a risk, accept and monitor whatever remains, and transfer part of it through insurance, all at once. The goal is a clear, actionable plan so that if a hypothetical risk becomes real, the organization is never caught off guard, and these plans should be documented and embedded in the wider risk strategy to demonstrate a genuine commitment to safety, fairness, and accountability. Let's bring it all together. There are 4 risk responses. Accept a low risk within limits, but keep monitoring it. Avoid a risk you cannot tame, accepting the lost opportunity. Mitigate by lowering probability or impact through better data, controls, and human oversight. And transfer or share through insurance, outsourcing, or contracts. In real life, organizations blend these, documenting a clear plan so no risk catches them by surprise. You now know how to respond to any AI risk you find. Every important topic and idea from this session is covered in the multiple choice questions on RooCloud.com. Before you move on to the next session, work through the chapter-wise questions there, because matching the right response to the right scenario is exactly what the exam tests. Practice first, and then move forward with confidence. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.